everyone, it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that I do natal chart analysis / readings, and today I'll be doing one on Aaliyah. I'll be speaking on her personality traits as well as her characteristic traits. I'll be speaking on how a lot of the places that she has led to a lot of the success she endured when she was alive. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Also, please hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. Last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who loves natal charts or is a huge fan of Aaliyah. Now let's get right into the video, lovelies. Aaliyah was born on January 15th, 1979, so this qualifies her to be a Capricorn, and with this placement she tends to be a very passionate person. She tends to be someone who's very reliable, someone who's very serious, someone who's very charitable. She was someone who's very responsible, very convincing. She's someone who's very respectable, very ambitious, very intelligent, and very trustworthy, as well as traditional. And she would also be someone who's very industrious and someone who loves material, loves beautiful things, someone who's very proud and enduring. And this really does explain Aaliyah because people did say that she was someone who was disciplined, really loved her craft, and really loved to do things that were very important to her and that she loved, and she endured everything she went through. Next up is her moon in Virgo, and with this placement it is a mutable placement in the moon section and an earth sign. Having this placement, she tends to be someone who's very practical. Makes sense because it is an earth sign in the moon section. Someone who's very productive. That's good as well because earth signs tend to be productive people. She's someone who's very reliable, someone who's very grounded, and a lot of her friends did say she was a reliable person, so this really does explain her. She tends to be very realistic. Being a perfectionist comes up her alley with this placement because Virgos tend to be perfectionists. Being anxious is something that comes with this placement. Being self-critical and often insecure is something that comes with any Virgo placement, but especially in the moon because that's how you feel, that's how you look at life, and hopefully she would be able to overcome these. Next up is her Mercury in Capricorn, and with this placement, she tends to be someone who has reserved expressions. She has a conservative communication. She's very efficient with words. And if you listen to Aaliyah's interviews, you do see that she has a way with words and you're able to understand her and you're able to get a better understanding. She's also someone who has a serious opinion on topics. She has a lot of ambitious speaking. She has a traditional education. Has a responsible perception. She also has dutiful gestures. At times she can be pessimistic in the way that she thinks. However, she has calculative reasoning, and that's something that really helps her and benefits her in a way in order to speak in a way that other people are able to understand and are able to know that's correct. Next up is her Venus in Sagittarius, and with this placement, she tends to be very liberal and open-minded. Also, she's someone who's very knowledgeable, very adventurous, energetic, and optimistic. This is actually a nice placement for Venus, even though some people claim that a lot of these people with this placement aren't really someone who you would want to have a relationship with because they're just, they go with the flow and they tend to not be committed. However, when you get with someone with this placement, especially if you're an Aquarius Venus, it really does work out because they want freedom and they just want to friend who just so happens to be their partner. They want to learn and experience with their partner. They're idealistic. They want someone who believes in the same things. They don't easily commit. They need room to roam and to feel restless. They are friendly and flirtatious. They are talented entertainers, and they're honest to the bluntness. Next up is her Mars in Capricorn, and this is the third placement she has in Capricorn. So she has a Capricorn stellium. So she tends to be someone who is extremely ambitious. She's someone who is willing to work very hard to reach the goals she has for herself. She's very practical, very cautious, and very conservative, and she demands tangible results for her efforts. She's someone who needs to know exactly what's going on or whatever that needs to be done, and she has a required sense of responsibility, dedication, and self-discipline that brings about her energy. She has an endurance that is very important because that's why she's been able to accomplish a lot of her dreams. Although at times she may have been stubborn, but you know this comes with Capricorn energy. Next up is her Jupiter in Leo. So with this placement, she is the luckiest when she leads and is working with others. She's someone who is surrounded with friends, family, and luck flows more effortlessly. And this is something that makes sense because Aaliyah was surrounded with her friends and family, and some people, and they have every right to be, could feel a certain way about it because a lot of people feel as though her friends and her family didn't protect her as she should have been protected. But she loves to be surrounded with her friends and her family, and this is how her luck did flow because her uncle was able to get her into different doors by being her uncle and being her uncle and family, and a lot of friends like Missy Elliott and Timberland were able to let her do a lot of things as well by being friends and family. So this has helped her with a lot of the luck she's endured. Next up is her Saturn in Virgo, and with this placement, she tends to be picky and stubborn and can bring a lot of her problems her way because of this. But her strength is that she's very intelligent and very practical. And sometimes physical ailments could be intestinal problems and ulcers. So that's something that not only Aaliyah needed to look at, but anyone with this placement, please make sure that you're taking care of your intestines and making sure that you're getting checks daily because Virgos do deal a lot with the digestive system. So that's why a lot of people with Virgo risings or a lot of Virgo placements, they do at times have a lot of intestinal problems, and sometimes it's not serious problems, but they're problems. So just make sure that you're looking at that, but make sure that you know you're very intelligent and you're a practical person, and make sure you use that to your advantage. Next up is her Uranus in Scorpio, and this placement, she tends to be someone who's a rebel and is going against the grain to come up with new insightful ideas. And I feel as though Aaliyah, she was a rebel, so to speak. Like, she did things that other people probably did not do. She was very unique in a way that other people may not have been in her time. And a lot of people feel as though if she were alive today, then she would have done a lot of things or be one of the greatest. She is someone who has a huge part in change, rebirth, transitions. She sees and feels everything in life very deeply and very spiritually. And this is something that Aaliyah did talk a lot about when she was alive. She did talk about how she was, into things that other people may have perceived as scary or things that a lot of people may not have gone into, and that's something that she loved doing. So this really does match her placement because she did really believe in a lot of things that people don't believe in. Next up is her Neptune in Sagittarius, and with this placement, she tends to thrive on a variety of exciting, uplifting experiences and learning new things. So by her having this placement, she's someone who loves to just think about things, learn new things, and just do things that other people probably don't want to do or too afraid to do. But it's something that has made Aaliyah very unique. Other people are able to follow after her footprints because she loves to do things that are fun for her. So she did things that is heavily involved in looking at different things, looking at different religious philosophies, looking at different ideas. And that's something that really has helped her with a lot of the things that she did while she was alive. For example, her music, the movie she was in. She was able to learn so many different things, so many cultures, so many religions, that she was very knowledgeable on them. Next up is her Pluto in Libra. And since she was born between 1972 and 1983, this qualifies her to be a Pluto in Libra. And with this placement, she tends to be someone who loves to look at what's going on. She knows what's going on way too well and is hidden behind the scenes. She knows the hidden problems behind what's going on socially. And that's why the Pluto in Scorpio is the one that comes and helps it. So she just wants to be a part of a generation that knows how to deal with social issues and social changes, and they love to change the concept of marriage and interpersonal relationships. They love to change a lot of things. People who are in this generation, they love to make sure that everyone is treated equally and that everyone just has a better life for themselves. Next up is her North Node in Virgo, and with this placement, she will need to develop these attributes, and these attributes are participation, being orderly and bringing order to chaos, creating routines, focusing on the here and now, acting on feelings of compassion, being of service to others, analyzing and also accepting the reality of daily life, learning the way of the healer, helping others heal their pain and in turn heal her own, connecting to her inner perfection, pursuing life with clarity, learn to be modest, practical, and precise. Her talent is to make sure she makes sense out of all the chaos for herself and others, focusing her energies on serving others, and finding comfort in her ability to heal others. So that's something she would have needed to accomplish in this lifetime. Next up is her Chiron in Taurus, and with this placement, she tends to have the wound of just self-worth, past wounds, and neglect as well. So she may have felt as though she was very neglected. She may have felt as though she was worthless as a child, and she may have felt as though she needed security in her life. So in order for her to have happiness, she always needed security, and she was scared of it. So having self-worth and security is something that is important with the Chiron and Taurus, because without it, they won't be happy, and it's a wound that she needs to heal. So just know that it's okay to have the simple pleasures in life, and making sure that she values herself, and knowing that regardless of what other people say about her or do to her, she is valuable, or anybody with this placement. Just know that your worth is not in the place of other people, but in yourself. Next up is her Ascendant in Aquarius, and this is actually one of the most unique Aquarius risings. So she tends to be someone who is very unique or very different. She may be highly sought after individual for advice. She's typically curious as well as very well educated. She's usually humanitarian, idealistic, tolerant, and impartial. She needs freedom to expand her restlessness. She's very likable and very friendly. At times, she can be detached and aloof, and this comes with being an Aquarius in any placement, but she's also very kind and caring. So it kind of balances out. She's unaffected by status, wealth, and power. She may be interested in music, design, science, or sociology. She has a difficulty to shock, and she is someone who's just very independent and reliable. Last but not least is her Sagittarius midheaven. So with this placement, she tends to be expressive, instinctive, very passionate, very persuasive, and very witty. So with this placement, she has the image of being benevolent, blessed, radiant, very authentic, philosophical, very intellectual, very influential, very young, very free, and she's someone who likes to go into an occupation that's quite reflective, and she makes a wonderful planner, and she's able to see several products going on at once. She does her best in a job that gives her mental challenge, independence, and travel, and she's willing to work hard, and she does not mind jobs that help her help others, like acting, going into politics, teaching. So this is something that makes so much sense because that's what she went into, being a singer, and she did travel the world. That's all I have for you lovelies today in regards to Aaliyah's natal chart. Please let me know down below in the comment section how you felt about it. Did you learn more about her? Did you get a better understanding about her? Also, please let me know who else you guys would want me to do a natal chart analysis on. And also, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, hit that like button, and make sure you share this video with everyone you know. Last but not least, please make sure that you are following me on all of my social media accounts, because when I'm not posting here, I am always posting on my social medias. So from Pinterest, Facebook, to TikTok, to Insta, to Twitter, to Reddit, please make sure you follow me, share, like, and also support my PayPal, email link below, and my Etsy store. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.